This morning we're joined by Sporting Kansas City midfielder Juan Kuzain. Kuzain will be competing and representing Sporting Kansas City this Sunday on FS1 in the EMLS Tournament Special, a EMLS competition featuring the video game FIFA 20. At this point, we will open it up for questions from the group. As a reminder, please leave your lines on mute unless asking a question. Take it away.
Hey Warren, hope you're doing well. It's Sean Guzman with KC Star. A couple of years ago, you faced off against Chad Johnson, Ochocinco in FIFA. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience and how you got to play him, what score it was, all that kinds of stuff?
Yeah, I think that's kind of when my, let's say, FIFA career really took off. But Chad Ochocinco, he's kind of one of the big influencers when it comes to the FIFA community. A couple years ago, a lot of times he would tweet out saying, "I'm the FIFA god," or "Whoever thinks they can beat me at FIFA, I'm going to show up to your house and play you." And he lives in Miami, Florida, so he wasn't ever really, in the KC area for me to ever play him. But one day, his daughter was in Lawrence, I believe, for nationals and track. And he made his way. He tweeted that he was going to be at Legends shopping at the Adidas outlet. And I saw that tweet and I was just like, yeah, why not tweet him saying, hey, come to my house. My pantry is your pantry, because that's kind of my way to get him in. He loves food. So I tweeted that out around, like, let's say 2 o'clock. And then I happened to take a nap because it was after practice. And when I woke up from the nap, it was like an hour later, 3 o'clock, 3:30. And then I saw that he had tweeted back at me like an hour and a half ago. And I was so mad because I thought my chance was gone. But then I just happened to DM him and he replied and he said, "I'll be at your doorstep." And next thing I know, he's in my parking lot of my apartment complex saying, "I love you" to random strangers. And it was, just a really cool experience. But besides that, we got to play a couple of games, like 3 or 4 games. He was really good, actually. He surprised me a lot. I happened to win all 4 games. And kind of for me winning, I said, if I win, could you please tweet out a picture just saying everyone, how good I was and stuff like that. And he happened to tweet out the picture. It was a funny tweet picture, and I'm forever thankful for that moment.
Yeah, just real quick, what was his go-to team and who were you playing as?
I can't remember at the time, but I want to say Napoli. He used Napoli. He was a big Napoli FIFA player at the time. So I think all the games he used Napoli. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he used Napoli.
And who were you?
I would say probably Juventus at the time. This was before Ronaldo, so they weren't like a superpower team. But I used to use Juventus all the time in FIFA before they got Ronaldo. Now it's kind of like shamed upon.
Was he gracious in defeat?
Yeah, he was gracious in defeat. Like I said, he tweeted that picture. I think the picture was like, "This experience was worse than losing my virginity." So it was a pretty funny tweet.
Yeah, thanks.
Juan, you said that you offered him whatever he wanted to eat. What was his snack or meal of choice at your apartment?
He didn't actually have anything to eat. We offered him, obviously, anything that was in my pantry, but he just wanted to play FIFA at the end of the day. And then actually, I just remember this, but after we were done playing, he's a big, like, 5v5 futsal type player. He does that all the time in Miami in his free time. So I lived in the Crossroads at the time, and I lived right behind Soccer Lot. And it just so happened to be the perfect time where they were doing their, like, pickup games. So I was like, "Yo, Chad, you want to go see the Soccer Lot? It's like something you're similar to in Miami." So I took him there, and no one recognized him at first. There's about, I would say, 50 to 100 people there, but no one recognized him at first. But then everyone kind of started seeing how he was just so tall, and he had like a gold blinged out gold Rolex on. So then he started watching and he started saying, "I love you" to random people. Then people were like, "Oh my God, is that Ochocinco? Is that Ochocinco?" I felt so cool being next to him at the time. Obviously, I was just an academy player at the time, so no one really knew who I was.
This is Jonathan Siegel from MLSsoccer.com. Obviously, you're looking forward to this weekend and the EMLS event and such. What's kind of behind your FIFA skills / kind of excitement? What maybe fueled this? Have you always been an avid FIFA player? Just give us a sense of kind of your history and excitement behind being one of those guys who seems like every time there's an inter-team stream, you end up winning it.
Yeah, I think, just growing up in the day and age that I did grow up in, there's just a lot of video games being played. My earliest memory of playing soccer video games was not FIFA actually. It was a game called Winning 11-9, which is now known as Pro Evolution Soccer, FIFA's competitor. But one day my brother just brought it back home. This was for the original Xbox. I could have been like 7, 8 years old, and I just spent so many hours playing that game. It wasn't even playing online. It was just playing career mode. I can remember playing that game nonstop, 24/7. And then from there on out, as I got older, I just kept playing FIFA. FIFA 12 is kind of the first FIFA that I can remember that I really, started playing a lot of. They introduced this game mode called Ultimate Team, which in its basic form is collecting. It's like a collecting card game, I guess you can say. Basically, you try to collect cards or players from different teams, and you try to build your super team and compete online. And I just played that game mode so many times, so many hours in the day. And the best part is all my friends played it as well. So having my friends, play that game mode as well made it really competitive and just made you want to be, the best at it. And I realized I would beat all my friends, I would beat people online, and I realized I'm actually pretty good at this game. So
And then would you ever consider taking this like to another level? I mean, you're obviously doing this during the league hiatus. I would assume that when the season's going on, you don't have a ton of extra time to really be too serious about it. But like, is this something where you're like, okay, maybe this could actually be something one day? Because as you know, I mean, there are people who do this
yeah,
for a living almost.
yeah. You never know. One thing I hopefully want to get into is maybe streaming on Twitch on my own. A lot of players, not just in MLS but in the NBA, you've seen with Devin Booker, you've seen Ocho Cinco do it on Twitch as well. Just players like that and sports athletes like that. Stream on Twitch to give another way for fans to look at your life.
Yeah, and just wanted to get one soccer specific one as well. You're obviously still a young guy, so curious to hear just kind of how conversations with the coaching staff have been about your arc and development. Kind of just your thoughts and perspectives on where things are going personally for you and your objectives as a homegrown player who's still trying to establish himself in this league.
Yeah, just to keep going, keep pushing, keep training every day. Obviously, if right now it's hard, but you just got to be ready for when the moment happens. Your development is a lot on you and what you do. So just to keep putting in the extra work and keep trying to obtain the goals. Keep trying to break into rosters. Keep trying to get minutes. That's what's really important to me right now.
Yeah, this is the last one. You're obviously a well-known guy in your kind of parents' home country in Malaysia, those different circles. Have you ever been approached at kind of a national team level, youth national team level? Any thoughts on kind of how strong that affiliation is towards that country and just kind of your soccer career, and if those two might mesh or kind of connect one day possibly?
Yeah, actually, this last winter, I had a call up to play with the under 23 Malaysian national team. I was in camp with them for a week before they left off to their tournament. I was supposed to go, but some paperwork didn't fall through, so I wasn't allowed to go. But at the time, I was all set on playing with them in that tournament.
Are you still in contact with them at all, or is that kind of like a one-time thing?
No, definitely not a one-time thing. Like I said, or you never know with national team call-ups. It's always on how you're playing, how your form is. So whenever they reach out, it's something definitely to look into.
Great. Thank you very much.
Going to this match this weekend, it's on national television. Does that make you nervous? Do you approach the game differently? Give us your thoughts on playing on national TV and kind of representing Sporting Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome getting to play FIFA on national TV, but most importantly, it's for charity. So that's what's really on my mind, just to help out these charities in what they're doing right now. But I think with me and Alexander, it's a really good combination. So it's not just me; there's also Alexander, and Alexander's like one of the best in the business. So really, I have nothing to be worried about.
Juan, what's your pre-game ritual like? Every player has one for an actual game day when you're suiting up to play for Sporting Kansas City or with Sporting KC2. How does it change, or what is it like for when you're competing in EMLS?
I think for EMLS, I'm gonna approach it just like a normal game day. I'm gonna do everything I do, get a lot of sleep, maybe practice a little bit the day before. But besides that, it's I'm just gonna take it. I have pretty confident that I'm good enough to beat a lot of the other MLS pros. So besides that, I'm just another normal day for me.
Kuzain, have you scouted out the opponents? Do you know their strengths and weaknesses?
No, I actually know nothing about Tyler Miller, but I did watch the the Fox Sports 1 broadcast. Diamande looks pretty good. He looks pretty strong. So definitely looking forward if I move on to playing him.
You mentioned Alexander will be your teammate. Have you played him 1v1, or what do you know about him and his talent?
Funny story, actually. Alexander probably doesn't know this, but we have played before. We used to play in this tournament called the Gfinity Cup. So it was pretty much this online tournament that was hosted by the company Gfinity, and they would host these tournaments every Tuesday and Thursday, around like 6 p.m. And it would just be like a tournament style, 32 entries, and winner would get like $50, or second place would get $50, and the winner would get $150. I used to do that when I was 17, still in the academy, having nothing else to do after practice and not knowing it, but I was going up against a lot of the future EMLS pros that are current pros right now. And Alexander was one of them. I was looking at my Xbox messages yesterday, and I scrolled all the way to a message from him say, "Hey bro, send an invite." For some reason, I couldn't look at the rest of the messages about who won or who didn't. But just from there, I think that we played each other, that it should be a really good pairing.
This is Jonathan Siegel again from MLSsoccer.com. Just one last kind of FIFA-related one.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel your skills have maybe improved? I'm not a video gamer by any means. I don't pretend to understand how one's kind of FIFA skills can take shape, but is it just like normal soccer? I mean, you practice, and the more you do it, you just start to get a little bit better here and there?
Yeah, for sure. I think the more hours you put in is what you get out of it. I think as the years gone by, the more I've played, the more I've gotten comfortable with, FIFA in general. I've gotten better. And the better people you play, the better opponents you play online, you can only just get better from there.
Juan, we're about to talk to Peter Vermes today. Is coach a gamer too? Is there something we should know?
I haven't heard of it, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he, has played in the past and is solid.